Tell me when you're on, eh? So that I want to hear what I'm saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to our podcast, Focus Canada, here in Edmonton, Alberta. This is Uncle Tim, as we told you last week. Every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30, we'll be on air live and direct. Tukizungumzia mambo ya hapa. Ama ni aje, baba?
Thank you, Uncle Tim. We recognize that we're seated on Treaty 6,
Yes.
the land of the great Inuit and Métis
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and coming live from Edmonton, Alberta.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard, today we're here. We're gonna do what we did last time. And tulikuwa tunazungumzia mambo ya ya immigration, how to immigrate to Canada. And now today we're gonna again and again we're gonna talk about the culture. Yeah.
Culture.
Yeah. What do you know about culture, mister?
Yeah, culture is one of those things that's very fluid. You know, they say culture is people's shared beliefs, shared practices,
Mhm.
things you have in common. Today I'm wearing Edmonton's finest. You know,
Is that part of the culture here, buddy?
This is part of the culture. As you
Yes.
can see, Edmonton
Mhm.
Oilers,
Yeah.
big team.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have a big game against
Okay.
the US.
Yeah.
I think for Team Canada, that's a big game.
Right.
For the US, I think hockey is their number 3 or 4 sport.
Yeah.
A big game, very nuanced game, but that is culture. That is what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do we? How do you understand? What do you understand by the word culture when you move here? Let's talk a little bit about the values. When we talk culture, we talk about the values, right, and the norms and everything.
Practices, right?
Yes, yeah. So how did it affect you when you moved to Edmonton? I mean, being not even in Edmonton to Canada, because I believe we are from a different society with the culture beliefs and norms. And now here we are, and here is our home now. I believe we've lived here for many years. So how did it affect you?
So I think the one thing about culture is just recognizing that culture is very geographic.
Yes.
So I lived in Ottawa before coming out to Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
And the culture is different. You know, I think everywhere you go, based on geography, culture is different. You know, right now in Ottawa, they're climbing on snow mountain piles to remove snow and to shovel.
Yeah.
Not as much in Edmonton. It's colder.
Yes.
But not as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's certain things that geography dictates around culture.
Yeah.
And just appreciating and learning and, you know, adapting. And one of the things I say about Canada is hockey. Hockey is a big cultural thing.
Yeah.
Poutine.
Yeah, right.
Poutine's a big deal. I know you see a lot more of that on the eastern part. Yeah, and then in terms of how people go to school, how they worship,
how they interact.
Yeah. Yeah, I think culture defines how we live, how we work, how we play.
Yeah.
So a lot of things in there that are tied in.
Was there anything that you had to do for you to connect with the Western culture?
So, personally, I believe you've got to immerse yourself in a new culture. You know, I think we live in I think Canada is known to be monolithic in the sense that Canada is happy to get different cultures coming in together.
Yeah.
And then taking the best of everything. I know we have the Heritage Day.
Yeah.
Where we have foods from all over the world.
Yes.
Sometimes that helps. We want to be Canadian, yes.
Yeah.
But also we have a different cultures that we bring together that makes us a perfect blend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Badri, welcome to the platform here. And today we were talking about culture. What does it mean to you?
Culture, I think when we talk about culture, we have to see two different vintages, different direction, different types of cultures. Like there are um, uh, African cultures
Mhm.
and European cultures and other cultures as well. So within the culture, there is working culture.
Yeah.
There is other like
Subcultures. Yeah.
some
Mm.
cultures you
Mm.
display when you are sad, when
Mhm.
you are happy,
Mhm.
Yeah.
when you work, when
Yes.
you connect with people, especially when it comes to newcomers. Like, what do we mean by cultural shock?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, yes, like the way people dress here
Mhm.
may be different from
Mhm.
what you've
Absolutely.
seen in your life.
Mhm.
And at that
Yes.
time, like maybe the culture you see here accepted by the community may not
Yeah.
be accepted by other communities.
Mm.
Mhm.
So, like, I think this is an area where we need to like divide into like segments,
Okay.
like working culture.
Yeah.
If we talk on working culture on one day,
Mhm.
it is broader.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, work culture is like what people do on daily basis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is within the culture, there's also
subculture.
subcultures that
Subcultures.
Yeah.
dictate how we work.
Now, when we talk about, because we are here now, the North American, we can say we are here in the North American. So my way of reasoning when it comes to culture is absolutely could be, you know, it aligns with what Badr has said and what you've said, but I'm looking into the traditional norms of doing things when it comes to culture, right? I know there is it's when culture is similar to a system. When we define it, it's similar on a system. How you do your things, it's actually, and how you relate on doing things, the dressing up, the education and all that. It's a way of a system of doing things in a different way. So in other words, that's how we come up. I think that's how we come with the word culture. I don't know, Mr.
Absolutely. And I think it's sometimes it's in the small things. You know, if you're walking on the street,
Yeah,
then you see someone
yeah.
and they're walking towards you. Do you keep right or do you keep left?
Left.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're in Kenya, where we're from,
Mhm.
Yeah.
we drive on the left side. So everything tends to be left.
Left.
But
Yeah.
here, if I'm walking towards you, I'll hang right because that's the
Yeah.
that's a driving
Yeah.
and that's part of the culture. You know, that's
Mhm.
part of the the little things that you learn as you live somewhere and
Yeah.
you slowly adapt. You know, yeah.
And again, I think the culture, when you compare the culture of doing things from where we are and here, they're similar. It's just a change, a dynamic change of how we do the things, because they're all the same. The driving is the same. It's just you have to change, instead of right, you drive it on left, right?
Yes.
But the mechanism of driving is similar.
Similar. Yeah.
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 Yes. Like um, I always remember what I
Mhm.
experienced when I first arrived in Kenya.
Yeah.
So in Ethiopia,
Yeah.
uh, ugali, which we call porridge,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
is always made and eaten with butter
Yes.
or honey.
Yeah.
It's a kind of like food that you
Mhm.
make during wedding, marriage,
Mhm.
Yeah.
wedding,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
high standard kind of things.
Mhm.
But when we went, and it's almost taboo
Mhm.
to eat. We call it marka.
Mhm.
Marka with the cabbage.
Aha.
All right.
And that is
almost unknown.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
we came there,
Yeah.
and like first, oh, what are these people doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you test it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
so delicious,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so healthy. Then you start to eat and
then
make
you
it like
adopt.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Every second or third day, I
Yeah.
want to go to one of the restaurants
Yeah.
that has ugali with skuma.
Yeah.
So even the name,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
more you learn this
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
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 in
Yeah.
your brain, in your thinking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just pick it up from the place it has in your
Yes.
culture,
Yes.
Yes.
and pick it up with a like Canadian, with the Canadian culture,
Yeah.
having
Yes.
very good
Mhm.
classic standard
N-
for ugali
Ugali and
and
scuba.
scuba.
It's absolutely different. When we talk about the foods. When I came to Canada, now we are used to eat from the house, right? Here, it's not necessary you eat in the house. You can
a lot of
go
dining
outside.
out.
We're dining outside. We go to the fast food, McDonald's and all that. These are things that we were not used to, right?
Yeah.
Lunchtime, you
Yeah.
go home,
Yeah.
your mom has prepared food, boom, you eat. Dinner the same way. Here, it's absolutely different. You come home, there is no food ready, you have to prepare it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it takes time. By the time you eat, it's almost 11, 12, right? Whereas back home, okay, dinner is this time. At this time, you know what you're gonna eat. Here, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. You just plan yourself. Now, the words also is it sound the same.
Yeah.
The food is the same.
Yeah.
Like there's this. I went one time. I went to a restaurant and sorry, and now I want to order food. I don't know. There's a lot of food there. You see completely. You know it, but the name now.
Yeah.
They use the Swahili name, right?
They use the so you are used to a different. So
Yeah.
that also give me a shock.
like
What
like a
what
hot
can-
dog.
Hot dog
Like a-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot dog comme ça il connaît.
Hot dog.
A hot dog, you know.
Yeah.
So that's also make things different when we come here. The culture is absolutely different. We can talk more and more and
Yeah.
more and more, but everybody has his own way of doing things when you go to a new place. I don't know, my friend Andrew.
Yeah, and I think one of the things with culture is how do you integrate into a culture?
Yeah.
Right.
And we talk about integration.
Mm-hmm.
There's the dominant culture,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the subculture. So when you come to a new place,
Yeah.
there's certain things you want to be part of
Yeah.
that are dominant.
Yes.
And when you look at it from even Ethiopia and Kenya,
Uh-huh.
different regions have different cultures.
Yes.
Mhm.
So if you're living on my brother here grew up in the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in Nairobi,
Mm.
the city, and the cultures are different. When you go to the coast, it's not you're not under too much pressure. The mood is different.
The mood, yes, exactly.
The air is
Yeah.
different.
It is, yeah.
I think
Beach vibes. Yeah.
as a non-profit organization and working with newcomers and immigrant,
Yeah.
the big challenge we have
Mm.
is like us and them,
Mm.
like working culture,
Mhm.
like women like
Different rules.
back home,
Traditional
have
roles.
different traditional law,
Mhm.
Yeah.
roles,
Mhm.
and they come here and still like
And the men as well.
struggle to
Yeah.
struggle to like go work like men and come home.
Mhm.
And on the flip side,
Yeah.
the males at home, even if
Yeah.
he's at home in our culture,
Doesn't
he
know how to
doesn't
cook.
cook.
Doesn't know how to
He doesn't
wash
cook. Yeah,
dish.
yeah. He doesn't
Because-
even wash dishes,
Yeah.
right?
That was not his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
And it's very
yes.
true,
Yeah.
Badri. It's very true
Right.
because I remember growing up and never go to the kitchen and
Yeah.
do dishes at all.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it wasn't our culture going to the kitchen.
Yeah.
We know that very well. Kitchen is for the women.
Yes. I think-
Whereas here is different.
Different.
You have it's a giveaway. It's a two-way traffic. Both of
Yeah.
you wanna eat, go to the kitchen. Right?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think that's where you borrow from different cultures, and you realize that you can borrow. We can complement each other in different ways,
Yeah.
and obviously my cooking has improved tremendously since I moved
So
to,
yeah. Now at least you can
You
go to
know-
the you know
yeah, and I'm sure Mr. Badri as well.
as
I'm sure
well.
he can,
Yeah.
he can put together a good meal.
especially religion and the cultures are also highly
Yes.
intermingled,
Yes.
and also like although most religion
Mhm.
doesn't neglect the woman,
No.
but mixed with tradition.
Mhm.
There are people in Canada here
Yeah.
because they want their wife stay home
Mhm.
and don't like to work,
Mm.
Mhm.
and they just economically they struggle.
Struggle to.
If yeah,
Yeah.
he prefers
Mhm.
to just live subsistence life.
Yep. Yep.
Like some of them graduate as nurse,
Yeah.
as like a medical professional or teacher.
Yep.
Mhm.
They come here, she has to stay home.
Yeah. And
Although he doesn't have like big,
a lot of
nice
money.
job
Right. Right.
or better job.
And to the point, when you have the dominant culture where
Yes.
here everybody is working, both men and women, everyone's pulling their weight.
Yeah.
So in a space like this, you want to adopt and
Right.
um, make the best. And I'm sure for both parties,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's good learnings for
Right.
both men and women,
Mhm.
and cooking is a survival skill,
Yeah. Yeah.
at the very least.
Well,
Yeah.
you in most when we talk about the food, we talk about the cooking. If you come here and you don't like blend in to this kind of culture, it's going to be hard for you to survive in many aspects of life, right? You definitely have to let one thing go from your country, from your culture, the way of doing things, and blend to what is here for you.
Mhm.
And that is the most important. Sometimes it's hard, but again, you have to swallow the bullet.
Yeah. Like when we talk about working culture,
Yes.
even like with the hardworking, there is difference between hardworking Africans and hardworking like Filipinos,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
and they may
The
work
cultural difference.
two, three works, and they are still vibrant and
Yeah.
still happy.
Mhm.
In some cultures,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people work only
One,
one job,
one job, yes.
and if they do the second job,
Yeah.
They're done.
look at it as punishment.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, exactly.
as a way,
Exactly.
as a way to
Exa-
success.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is culture, the mentality.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
but,
the-
but again, when you look at it, in another aspect is that people work. They work many jobs because what they're doing is not enough
Yeah.
because of the bills. They have to pay bills.
House,
So
the way they
definitely,
want
but if you plan, I will say this: we are very happy with this with African culture because why we work one job and we feel like we are done is because when we grew up, we were told to go to school, right? And when you go to school, you get a best job that can pay you best and take care of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas other people, that's not the case,
Yeah.
right?
That can be the case, or look, maybe scarcity mindset is also one of the factors.
Yes,
mentality.
Like
exactly.
the little you get is enough
Yeah,
for
it's
you,
enough for you.
For
right?
you, yeah.
and you are happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
There is no need of
Yes, and sometimes it's a balance. If
It's
you're
a-
if you're happy, you're happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes
Happy-
excess is not.
It's not
you don't go to
happiness.
mortgage. You don't go to mortgage.
Yeah.
You don't go to like loans or
Yes.
new cars.
Mhm.
You keep it simple.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
think like when I came here, I see all the oldest cars are driven by Africans,
Mhm.
by black people.
Yeah.
My heart broken. And I see like Asians. Maybe it looks silly,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it is like the way you set up your mind, the
Your
way
mindset.
you just do things and gradually
Yeah.
grow to culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are some community that doesn't have appetite for learning,
Mhm.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
going to improve their language.
No.
They create their own comfort zone,
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
exactly.
just they are happy to have translator,
Yes.
Mhm.
happy to even in some cases sign with the finger.
And I think you talked
All
about
these
it,
are part of the
Mr.
culture.
Bedri. Yeah, you talked about scarcity mentality.
Yes,
For some
yes.
people, just being here
Yes,
is a big escape.
Mhm.
So you're already at your apex in
Mhm.
terms of what you feel you need.
Mhm.
So you don't really want to push yourself.
yeah,
And I think that's human behavior to a large extent.
Mhm.
But maybe just to digress a bit, one cultural thing that I experienced was government,
Mhm.
dealing with government, how you engage with government. The other day, I had to get I reached out to my MP's office. I needed help with something, and that was the most seamless interaction ever.
Mhm.
Now, my MP back in Kenya, just getting a hold of him, you're gonna have to jump very many
Yes.
hoops.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You have to make at least 10 phone calls. Who you get by the time you get to his personal assistant,
Yeah.
and then things like the policing.
Yeah.
Cultural difference around that.
Yes.
You see the police here, you're not worried about anything.
Mhm.
But back in some cases, and I'm sure everybody has a story.
Yeah.
When you see a police in Kenya,
Yeah.
you're now wondering, okay,
What have I done already?
what have I done?
yes,
How am I sitting?
Yes. Yes.
How is this commercial? You're
Yeah.
not sure. Everything is, and things like judicial system,
Mhm.
and just how like that's very that's a cultural thing as well.
Yeah.
yeah. What about the timing?
The
Like,
time.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
respecting time.
respecting time, and
Respecting time, something that we don't, majority of us, it's something that we were not trained into, right? So you say, 2 o'clock, I'll get there. You take your time. But here, time is money.
Time is money,
Yes,
Mm.
and like always when we have meeting, we call people at 1 o'clock so
Mhm.
that we will start maybe at
1:30.
3 o'clock.
Oh wow,
At 3,
okay,
yeah.
Yes.
okay, yeah,
So
Yeah.
sometimes we take firm actions and
yeah,
start on time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like 1/3 of the people come,
Mm-hmm.
and by the time you finish, maybe half of
Half
them
of them.
are
They're
coming in.
They're coming in.
And bye bye.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
This is Canada.
yeah.
But though when you do that, okay, I'm just asking because it's a program set, right?
Yeah.
But again, when you do that, how does it affect the other people? Because these other people also, they may also be needed for that meeting.
Like what other people?
Like,
let's say
if you
invite
said you
yes,
invite people at 1 o'clock, but again, maybe a third of the invites are the ones which are showing up,
Right.
and you have to kick up to take off because
Yes.
yeah.
No, for guests, for Canadians,
Yeah.
those who are in the culture, like respect time,
Mhm.
we tell them the actual time we start.
Yeah.
But for our people, 1 hour ahead or 2 hours ahead sometimes.
So that they can.
Okay.
So
So
that
they can
they come slowly.
Yeah.
by the time that time reaches, like the starting time reaches, we may have like
Yeah.
half of the population. And there is like time when the last person comes at the end of the program, whatever.
And also he wanna eat the pie
You
with
wanna
the,
eat
eat
the
the
pie.
same pie
Yeah.
like you like
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Sometimes complaining why we didn't leave some
Yeah.
pie for him to eat.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think you have to respect the people who kept time,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have to balance between the people who are
Follow.
late and
Yeah.
who's kept time.
Yeah.
I know a lot of events, they say we're serving food at this time.
Mm.
And if you're not there at that time, you're going to find the food has been served. So,
Mm.
Yeah,
have
the
to
big issue
incentivize.
is now though, like um, we came from third world country to
Yeah.
directly to
To-
We're
to-
called the
slightly
global
developed
global
countries.
South now.
Yes.
Yes.
Global
It's called
South.
Global South,
Global
right?
South,
Global South.
frontier
Yeah.
markets.
Yeah.
Frontier
Yeah.
market.
Yeah.
So with this culture, with very slow integration to this community,
Yeah.
what do you think our future will be? Like how do you see Africans in like 4, 5, no, maybe 4 or 5 decades, like in terms of economic,
Okay.
equalization,
Yeah.
educational,
Yeah.
all other aspects?
I will say things are evolving. Things are changing. Things are taking different angle aspects of doing things. Majority of Africans who have who have come here for many years now they're seeing the need of going back and make change of what they have learned here. And in future we'll see very few Africans or very few Africans immigrating to this world, because now people are seeing the need of going back and do the change after coming here and observing and seeing how things are done, accumulating what they want to accumulate in terms of education, in terms of information, right? They want to go back home and give it back to the society. So if somebody comes from here and go back to a certain individual area or a certain area and give information of what they have taken here, they don't see the need why they need to come here, right? If they see this information is useful to this area, then they will say, well, I'll have to stick out. Good example I'll tell you is the basketballers from Sudan. That's a total game changer of the mindset of people. Somebody came here many years ago, do a lot of training, to participate, playing in basketball in the national teams, right? International teams. Then he said, you know what? I can do the same thing back home, right? So he moved from US and went back to South Sudan, formed a certain organization and started training people. Now people now starting get engaged. They don't have to travel again now, right? They will have to travel to come and compete with different different international teams, but they see if we can use these facilities here, we can improve ourselves. So they don't have to go back again to the North America, learn, study, and do all this, right? This is what I'm seeing, that in future we'll have fewer people uh, moving to this Western culture. I don't know. That's my thinking.
To agree to some point. I think when you look at the world in the last 20, 25 years, I think I remember the internet started when I was just about to get done with high school,
Mm-hmm.
which is about the mid-90s, 1994, thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, that was a new thing, doing research with the internet. That was quite amazing.
Yeah.
So what happened is the world became smaller.
Yeah.
I think after the internet, all of a sudden, the world doesn't seem too far. You can Google, you can search out.
Research out, yes, exactly.
So before, the world was actually very, very big
Yeah.
in that sense.
In that sense, yeah.
When you're
exactly.
leaving Nairobi to come to North America, you don't know what to expect.
Mhm.
You don't know what to expect. But now with
The technology,
technology,
and
you can have meetings with someone in New Zealand, in Australia. So what I see going forward, to Tim's point, is a lot more integration. Probably a lot more people moving from Canada, North America to Africa, people moving from Africa to Australia. So a bit more movement,
Mhm.
but not that one-way traffic
Mhm.
out of Africa. I think we're seeing more people moving back to Africa, into Africa,
Mhm.
than we've seen in a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think those kind of things, one, depend on the stability of the continent and country.
Okay.
And if these civil wars and other wars continue, things may stay the same way for a very, very long time. That is one way.
Yeah.
The other thing, as you said, the world is becoming smaller in one sense and bigger in another sense.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
your understanding of the world
Yeah.
is ever expanding.
Yeah.
And the more places are known to us and reachable because of
Yes.
technology.
Yes.
So, like, I'm still not like that
Convinced.
much hopeful with
Yeah.
the Africans. Like, we can take these even immigrants in different perspectives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some of them come here to settle forever.
Yeah.
They don't have any dream to go back and change Africa.
Yeah.
Although
But
maybe, yeah,
for those for those who have no land, no place to
yes,
be,
yes,
they want to be here.
Yeah.
They want to say this is their home. But for those who just integrated, that's moved here just because of a certain thing, they would want to go give back home.
yeah. I think it is like always have
Yeah.
some of the people want
Yeah.
to adventure back home.
Mhm.
I know, like one of my best friend is a billionaire in Ethiopia now.
Yeah.
He was refugee in Kenya with me,
Yeah.
and
Those kind
back. He went back and
Yeah.
investing.
Invest.
Success story,
Yeah.
yeah.
Investing,
Yeah. Exactly.
Like after he did that, a lot of even like poor guys like me
Yeah.
started to move back to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And see things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opportunities, right?
Opportunities.
See
Yeah,
opportunities.
Yeah.
And always some for some maybe going back is an adventure. For
Yeah.
some of newcomers, maybe
Yeah.
staying here
Yeah.
and stabilizing
It's
here,
stabilizing,
establishing
establishing here.
here.
It's yeah.
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 But overall, what I wanted to mention about like how we see Africans in maybe 20, 30,
30 years.
50 years
Yes. Yeah.
in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, as you know, when we come here, we come with a lot of diversities,
Mhm.
a lot of challenges as Black Africans.
Mhm.
So it is one struggle is to come over that biases.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
Yes.
you struggle to come over economic
Mhm.
aspects,
Yeah.
cultural aspects,
Yes.
racial aspects.
Yeah.
So many diverse things that we are fighting with.
Yeah.
In that context,
Mhm.
it may be challenging. Like one thing I am always happy for the last 5 years
Yes.
is the Trudeau government understood this reality,
Yeah.
and there was investment on black-led organizations, like close to 800 million,
Yeah.
close to billion. Yeah,
Yeah.
all these
For
instrument you see,
Yeah.
they are because of that.
Because of that
And
yeah.
like if we Africans
Yeah.
use those kind of opportunities
Yeah.
rightly
Yes.
for our future generation,
Yes.
racism partly comes with the economy.
Yeah,
Economics, yeah.
exactly.
Economy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
in Africa, what they did, they took all the minerals.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
they took.
Yeah, it's
Then
always an economic
we remain
angle to
poor.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
richness to wide and poor,
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
poorness for
the poor.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
so that may change.
Yeah.
Like if we economically change,
Mhm.
a lot of things change.
Yeah. And I think the fact that you mentioned it, the fact that we've seen initiatives
Yeah.
that are going to help sensitize and lift people out of, economic jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a good thing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and your chances of success
Mhm.
here are much higher
Much higher.
than if you were in Africa
Left alone.
in a vulnerable
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So you'd
yes.
rather be in a vulnerable situation here
Here.
because the doors can open than be in a vulnerable situation back in Africa.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right. But
Right.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
as we have told you, this is Focus Canada here in Edmonton, Alberta. What we normally do here is just to unveil those stories, those things that had made us have that memories and have those stories when we first moved here. Today, we were talking about the culture, how what had the cultures that have affected us, was they benefited us, and all those things. And now you can follow us on our YouTube channel every Wednesday from 5:30. Today we started a little bit late, but we're catching up with time. So Focus Canada, go to Focus Canada and make a comment. Tell us what you want to hear more. This is a program whereby you can sit back and relax and can reflect from where you're coming from. And if you have anything you want to share with us, you're more than welcome. Go to Focus Canada, put your comment there, and we can reach out for you. And we have some numbers. You can follow those numbers on our on our platform. Contact us, send us an email. Let us know what you feel. And if you have anything you want to share, you're more than welcome, Mr. Andre.
Yeah, just a cultural tip for tomorrow. Big game at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Mountain Time.
Yes.
Canada versus the USA.
Yeah, that's another culture there.
So you don't want to miss that. Hey?
Yeah. All right, this is
Thank
Mr.
you.
Thank you very much, and we're much appreciating you as you keep on following us. Keep on make those comments so that we can better our community.
Thanks, Uncle Tim. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Badri, also for hosting us once again, and we